There's a fire burning inside that can't be ignored. The restless energy, the pounding question, the deep ache of wanting something that actually matters. It's not just about building a business. It's about building a life that refuses to settle, that screams for meaning beyond spreadsheets and pitches and endless meetings. But right now, right here, that fire feels smothered. You know how it goes. Every morning you wake up with 1,000 doubts clawing at you, the weight of uncertainty pressing down like a stone on your chest. What's the secret everyone's hiding? How come fierce passion and countless sleepless nights don't guarantee the breakthrough? Why do some startups explode overnight while others vanish, forgotten? It's brutal. The world pretends starting up is a clean formula. Plug in the right numbers, follow the proven steps, and boom, success. But that's a lie. A shiny, polished lie wrapped in buzzwords and easy answers that don't hold up when reality hits. Because the truth is dark, complex, and unforgiving. Most founders feel lost, isolated in the chaos. They're drowning in noise and advice that doesn't land, chasing metrics that feel hollow. Investors nod politely, but don't really see the struggle inside. Professionals advise scalability, but miss the cracks starting at the core. Leaders push growth, but forget the soul of what they built. There's an invisible curse lurking here. The startup world loves to sedate founders with hope while slowly stripping their individuality, their spark, their unique vision. Step by step, anyone who dares to break the mold is squeezed into a system that rewards the mediocre and mistakes conformity for genius. And beneath it all lies the real agony, watching potential fade because the system has no space for the exceptional, only the comfortable. But what if the formula everyone's chasing is the wrong question? What if success isn't a step-by-step guide, a cheat code, or a magic trick? What if it's a wild, unpredictable rebellion against the very idea of formulas? What if the real startup formula starts not with the product, not with the pitch, but with a ferocious, relentless demand to be free? Free from the rules, free from who the world says you should be, free from the chains of everyone else's expectations. This is not about comfort, it's about fire. The kind of fire that burns the rulebook to ash, the kind that refuses to wait for permission, the kind that says, I am more than your system, your standards, your limits. Here's what works every time, but no one talks about it. Because it's not easy, it's not neat, and it definitely can't be packaged into a checklist. It's raw, it's messy, and it's powerful beyond words. First, relentless honesty. Look inward harder than you ever have. Tear down every lie you tell yourself about why things aren't moving, about your fears, about what success means. Be brutal. Most founders fail not because their ideas are bad, but because they hide from their own truth. They cling to empty comfort and avoid the hard, lonely path of transformation. This isn't just about pivoting a product. It's about pivoting your entire self, shedding everything that's holding back your unique spark. Second, rejection of the herd. It's tempting to follow trends, to market fit, to mimic what has worked for someone else. That's the fast road to mediocrity. The true formula, to create something that shakes the world, is built on stubborn, fierce individuality. It's about standing at the edge, refusing to bend for the short-term payoff, and daring to be misunderstood. The great founders don't follow the crowd. They create their own roadmaps, so raw and personal that only they can walk them. They listen to noise only to reject it, filtering out the noise around them to amplify the essence within them. Third, build with obsession over connection, not scale. Most startup advice screams at you to grow fast, scale fast, hit the right numbers. But growth without connection is empty. It's fragile. What makes startups iconic isn't a viral moment or a round of funding. It's the rare, brutal synergy between souls who get each other on a level beyond the boardroom, the spreadsheets, and the market. When brilliant individuals align, when rare minds lock in, the impossible becomes reality. That's the secret economy that no pitch deck can quantify, but every game-changing startup taps into whether it knows it or not. This connection isn't about networks or communities designed for comfort or busy noise. It's about hunting down and fiercely aligning with the few who burn as you do, who challenge and transform you, who refuse half measures. Fourth, embrace the long pain of patience. The world screams for unicorns overnight, for instant validation and easy wins. But most founders who burn out early fall because they mistake impatience for ambition. True disruption is a long burn. It tests everything: will, belief, resilience. You have to be ready to push through the quiet despair, the endless setbacks, and the isolation, knowing the game is not about quick results. It's about molding your world over years, sometimes decades. That kind of patience is pure power, brutal and rare, a weapon against the noise of false urgency. Fifth, be sovereign over your will. This is the heart of the formula: unapologetic, relentless personal ownership. No one else can dictate your path or good sense. Don't outsource your freedom to investors, to advisors, or to the system. Your will is your weapon. Every decision, every risk taken, every moment of self-doubt is a choice you own. The moment you take full control over your vision and your reality is the moment you start breaking through walls no one else sees. Sovereignty doesn't mean isolation. It means fierce clarity about who you are and what you will tolerate, nothing less. Now, imagine this: a world where the startup isn't just a company or a product, but a movement of individuals refusing to be boxed in, founders who burn with a wild light, investors who see beyond numbers to the raw essence of transformation, leaders who refuse the polish of mediocrity. Together, they don't just build companies, they build autonomous networks where exceptional is the rule, not the exception. A place where misaligned brilliance finds its true complement, where difference is the fuel, not the problem, where raw individual power molds a new reality. This isn't a dream. It's a rebellion already happening in the shadows. Here's the bottom line: there isn't one formula, and that's the formula. Because every startup that changed the rules did so by smashing every old rule first. They burned through what everyone said was mandatory, what everyone dared not question. It's about unlearning every truth handed down, about seeing the world's illusions for what they are, and then building from the raw, uncovered power of your own vision. The ones who get it aren't playing the startup game, they're transcending it. So if the ache inside won't stop, if the fire refuses to fade, know this: the path is yours to write, wild and unfiltered. It won't be easy, it won't be comfortable, it might even cost more than you expected. But it will be real. Start by being ruthless with your own story. Burn the rulebook no one gave you permission to write. Find the ones who burn brighter and align with them like your life depends on it, because it does. Slow down to build depth and hold your will like a sword, cutting through compromise and doubt. That's the formula no one else talks about, but that works every single time. Remember, the world you want won't come from fitting in or calming down. It will come from rising up, breaking free, and making your own damn rules. The fire inside you is your only real compass. Let it guide you beyond limits. Let it fuel the revolution you're meant to lead. Because this wild, painful, beautiful journey is what transforms founders into legends, ideas into movements, and startups into unstoppable forces of change. The formula is not in the steps. It's in the burning refusal to accept anything less than your true power.